Good morning. Right, here's what we have to talk to. Good morning, everyone. It's Taboo Topics by Fashion First Aid. I'm Honest Kim, and here is Annie, the Sidekick.
Hey, everyone. We're back together again.
We're back together. We were back together last week.
Oh, we were, but I know. But again, we were in Vegas, and then we disconnected, and then we reunited again in Laguna Beach.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
I don't know that song, but it sounds so good.
Oh, well, getting better. Thanks for tuning in today. If you haven't tuned out just now, we are going to be talking about Emmy Fashion.
Woohoo! Did everyone watch the Emmys? Did you watch the Emmys?
I didn't even know they were going on.
Then how did you watch that Sarah Silverman thing?
It's called Slideshow the day after because you told me we were doing Emmys.
Okay. There's a lot of funny moments on the Emmys last night. I thought it was the most enjoyable ones of all the award shows you could possibly watch.
I was spending quality time with my godson, and even if I had nothing better to do, I would still not watch the Emmys.
Whatever.
Trying to imagine having nothing better to do, but that doesn't really
A
happen.
lot of funny moments. Sarah Silverman, that Seth Meyers guys, he was funny.
All right, let's get to the fashion part. So, as always, there are some fashion winners and fashion losers. Who were your top 3 favorite?
I would say Julia Roberts, which I know you don't agree with.
Well, that was vomitous.
I thought it was a beautiful blue dress.
And I thought she looked not good in it.
Sofia Vergara, I thought she could be her own statue.
You can put her in
A brown paper bag.
a brown paper bag. She'd look awesome. But she did look great.
And then Lizzie Kaplan. I also liked her dress. I thought it was very classic and beautiful.
I agree. I think she was one of my top 3 for sure. My vote is for, I thought Matthew McConaughey's wife, what is it, Camilla Alves? How do you say her name?
I don't know. Camilla McConaughey?
Camelia?
Camelia.
Camelia!
And I'm going to blend in with the banner in the back.
Camelia. I don't know, whatever. I thought that white sort of lace dress was gorgeous, and she looked great in it with her dark hair.
I think it probably looked better in person. I didn't think it photographed well.
I thought it was a really pretty dress, and I loved it. And then agree with you, Lizzie Kaplan looked awesome, loved that dress. And
I also like Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, I think she was a solid number 4. I thought she looked great. She's not. The dress was pretty on her, flattering on her.
Yeah, it had pockets.
Yahoo!
And her boobs looked great. Her boobs looked really good.
Good. That's the way to go. You rock it, Sarah. And I liked. Well, I couldn't choose number 3 between Halle Berry and Sarah Hyland. She's that little Modern Family girl who's older than she looks, but she still looks so young. She rocked that cute little white halter top and the big flowy skirt with the hair in a bun, and I thought she looked great.
Yeah, it was definitely cute. I couldn't pull it off, but she pulled it off well.
Yeah. So there were some winners and some losers. The losers were kind of not worth talking about. Lots of, the thing that bothered me about a lot of dresses is there's kind of the skinny belt around your middle, or there were some like horizontal stripes around the middle, like Amy Poehler did that.
Yeah.
She does not have a Sports Illustrated figure, and she's doing these horizontal stripes at her midsection. It's like, ooh, bad call.
Yeah, there's quite a few people that had that silhouette, and it just didn't work for them. Unless you have like a tiny little waist, so just not pulling.
Yeah, they do a little V to kind of make it look smaller.
Or do the ones where it's like tight on top and then it goes poof.
Right. Do an A-line or something. But not those for those people. Cool. Well, let's move down to.
So a lot of people were talking about what was going on underneath, how they got prepared. And a lot of people were like, if you saw everything that was underneath, you'd be disgusted. They're like, there's the secret behind what's the beautiful dress is what we're talking about right now, because there's a lot of tape involved, there's a lot of pins involved. They're even talking about how they have a seamstress on site in case anybody has any hems that rip and they need to get sewn back into their dress, like Sofia Vergara did that one year where her zipper broke.
Oh, yikes. So there was a lot of plunging necklines. We talked about Sarah Silverman And also,
Hayden Panettiere, if I said her name right.
no, isn't it Panettiere?
Sure.
How do they say her name?
I don't know. I just call her Hayden. We're friends.
Okay, besties. She had a baby bump, but she had this super low plunging neckline.
And that stuff did not move an inch.
Okay, so she was probably just taped in pretty well. Also, those plunging necklines can really pull your girls down and make them like saggy pancakes.
Yeah, so something like what we have is Perk Up can help pull it up so it's all nice and...
Yeah, it pulls it up from the top, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm sure that was in use to make them look perky.
Yeah, like Robin Wright, she had the blazer that had the backless look on it, or had a backless, and then the front was the plunging blazer, so it was almost all the way down her navel. So, and we all know from Golden Globes last year, she definitely uses boob tape.
Oh yeah, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
Well, better to see the boob tape than the boob.
True.
Great, and I think
the other thing was tattoos. There's a lot of people where you saw their visible tattoos, like Taylor Schilling, had a gorgeous vintage 1930s looking dress, very beautiful. But then you saw her tattoo on the side of her, underneath her arm. There was like a little like rib cage tattoo that was very visible, and I thought it kind of took away from the dress.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things you never see those sort of blemishes on the red carpet, and I think this is maybe one of the first times. But I mean, she is a television actor.
That's true. That's true. The small television actor.
Total B-list.
Exactly. She deserves to walk down an orange carpet, not a red carpet.
So there was also some gowns that had sleeves, right? We saw some.
There's lots. I don't know how some women wore full-sleeved, long to the floor dresses because it was 85 degrees on that red carpet, and the fabric they use to make these beautiful dresses isn't always the most breathable fabric.
You mean they use polyester to make these dresses?
No, not polyester, but thicker fabric that's not very breathable.
What fabric would that be?
I don't know what it's called. It's thick. I don't know.
Well, so is that thick, non-breathable fabric, so...
Whatever the thick, non-breathable. I have a Banana Republic dress that's made out of it, and
And you think they make couture gowns out of that same material?
No, I don't. Whatever. Go mess yourself up.
Well, what are you trying to say? We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt right now.
Everyone by the end of the show was saying, oh my gosh, I'm dying of heat. They had little fans for people, and they're just like, couldn't get cooled down. So obviously a lot of sweat. They said back sweat, chest sweat, armpit sweat. Everyone was sweating. Lots of towels, blotting.
Ooh. Any toilet paper covers? Toilet seat covers?
I don't know if they know that trick. I hope they do, because I'd be in the bathroom every 10 minutes just blotting, especially since you're on TV.
Yep. So with that sweaty stuff, there is garment guard to protect, especially your nice gowns and jackets from armpit soot, visible or not, from ruining your dress and making you dry clean more, which dry cleaning gowns causes damage no matter what happens. It's like, oh, it's not our fault. Then you point fingers. Anyway, garment guard good. Under boob also. If you don't have too plunging of a neckline, you want to absorb that.
Yeah, that's going to stop it so you don't have that pool of sweat underneath your boobs. That really sucks.
Ugh, sucks and is so uncomfortable.
Maybe you should think of inventing like a large piece of garment guard that you can put on your back to absorb back sweat.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, that's my other problem area. It seems to like just drip down my back, and I'm just cringing because I'm waiting for it to show up on a dress.
Yikes. I don't seem to have back sweat. Let me look into that. So let's move on. Great. Anyway, that's our roundup for the Emmys.
Woohoo! Yay!
Oh, and the one important one I want to talk about was Sarah Silverman's shoes and ditching them because they hurt because they were made by Geppetto.
Yes. So we have a couple solutions that help people with those painful bumps because I don't think our feet naturally are supposed to be in such high positions, but they're sexy. Something about shoes are sexy, but there's certain things that we have, right, Kim, that can help.
Yep, we've got lots of pads and stickers to keep chafing.
Cushions.
Pads, cushions, gels.
Bell the ball, Sarah Silverman, so you can be the bell the ball all night. Bell the ball.
And the thing is, if you have your dress, it's meant to go with your shoes. It's the right length. You take them off, you look shorter, you look fatter. It's just Just keep your shoes on. They're there for a reason.
Hey, if it wasn't for her winning that award, I would have never known.
Well, she also wouldn't have walked anywhere. All right, cool. So let's move on to the Dick of the Week award.
So I have 2 nominations, and you get to pick. I know.
Then go fast.
Okay, quickly. All right, so one woman in Texas burnt down a house because she was babysitting these kids, and she said they were such terrible kids that she decided to set their room on fire to teach them a lesson, and so it ended up catching the whole house on fire.
Were the kids in the room?
No, the kids are fine. The house is burnt to the ground.
Okay, weird.
The second nominee is a passenger on a flight in the U.S. somewhere. And have you guys ever heard of the knee defenders? You can put it on the chair in front of you so they can't lean back their chair. So it's a knee defender so people can't lean back their chair during flights. Well, so a flight attendant asked the gentleman to remove them so the lady can lower her seat back during their flight, and he refused. So then the lady in front turns around and is like, hey, will you move it, whatever. So confrontation happened. The lady ended up chucking water on the guy that refused to remove the knee defenders. They had to land, kick both passengers off.
So they're both dicks?
Potentially. She's a dick for throwing water on the guy. She should have kept her cool. He's a dick for refusing.
Well, I mean, I feel like you go on Cathay or you go on a lot of other airlines and the seats to recline actually move forward.
Yes.
Right? So you can choose to have more space and be upright, or you can choose to recline, but it doesn't infringe on the people. Because also on those flights, the old seats that used to recline back would totally, when they came by for meals, whether you were sleepy or not, they'd wake you up. They'd be like, okay, you have to put your seat up so the people behind you can eat right. You know, it was just stupid. And then they just started making planes. But I feel like none of these domestic American flights have those on there. So I feel like it's the airlines are being the dick for not making the seats so we don't have this problem.
I just don't like it when I can't work on my computer because the seat in front of me is in my lap.
Well, the problem is the person has the right to recline their seat.
That is very true. So I would say the guy refusing and using the knee defender is at fault here.
I think it's the airlines. There is a way to make seats that you can recline and not bother the person behind you. I say airlines are the dick for not putting those seats in to make everyone happy.
All right.
It's totally avoidable, and other airlines have already done it. So I'm giving the award to whose airline was that?
They did not say what airline.
Let's find out. That airline's the dick of the week.
Not the woman that burnt down the
house. No, that's fine. Those kids probably deserved it. As long as they weren't in the house, whatever.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, let's move on to the Psychic Sidekick prediction.
All right, guys. So summer flew by. Can you believe it? Labor Day weekend. Woohoo! So let's see what's going on. Labor Day weekend. Actually, enjoy Labor Day weekend because everyone's stressing out still. I feel like no one really enjoyed summer. Everyone was like stressing out this summer and not really taking time. So work hard this week, because if you work hard this week, you get to enjoy your weekend. 3 days of lovely bliss. Saturday, delete the word no from your vocabulary. You're not allowed to say no to anything. And a cocktail a day will keep your worries away. And your lucky numbers are 24, 65, 37, 98, 21, 73, and 11, 11.
11, 11. Go figure. All right, what is going on next week?
Next week we're going to be in Mexico.
Oh yeah, we're doing Cabo Fashion Roundup.
Yeah, because when you go to resort towns, everyone is on vacation and enjoying themselves, but it's not always the most fashion forward. There's some fashion mistakes and packing from Mexico and all those fun things. So.
And people walking home at 2 a.m. with no shoes in Mexico. Have fun stepping on street dog poo.
That's gross. Are we going outside the resort?
Who knows? Probably at some point. Great. So tune in next week for Cabo shenanigans, vacation wardrobe malfunctions. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Honest Kim, Taboo Topics by Fashion First Aid, and the Psychic Sidekick Annie, saying goodbye and see you next Tuesday.
Bye, everyone.
Big delay.